What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm back with another update on Jasmy. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
So Jasmy has dropped a little bit since my last video. It's fallen back beneath 2 cents. Their market cap is 876 million, which ranks 90th among all cryptocurrencies. And then their circulating supply is basically 49.3 billion out of a max supply of 50 billion, which is about 98.6% in circulation. And I cannot stress enough in any of my Jasmy videos, this is one of the biggest reasons I'm bullish on Jasmy. 98% in circulation. You know there's basically going to be no dilution. So many other cryptos are like 50% dilution, 40% dilution. And at that point, you know the gains are going to have to significantly outperform the dilution. So it's just better to not have any at all. But if you guys are looking to buy the dip on Jasmy, I recommend using Binance or Coinbase. I think those are the two easiest centralized exchanges to use. Now, I quickly also want to show you the Jasmy news section on CoinMarketCap. And just in general, they are actually posting bullish articles on Jasmy right now. This one, for example, Jasmy poised for an upside breakout as Pendle's bull run continues. Key indicators to watch. And they're just primarily talking about technical analysis. But in general, it's still very good to see bullish articles. But now we'll hop into some Jasmy news. So this is their X account. And actually their most recent post was April 13th, and it was a repost. Today is the team's Web3 Summit event. We are already on stage. And as I say all the time, I love to see when they're attending events. It gets their name and technology out there. And that is very important because the crypto market is heavily driven based on hype and speculation. And obviously if everyone is learning about your technology, that's naturally going to build hype around a project. And then I already talked about this in my last video, but it's very bullish to see they are doing AMAs on their roadmap. Because this isn't necessarily going to bring new people to Jasmy, but what it's going to do is it's going to build your community. And community is also one of the best ways to build hype around a project. So as investors, we love to see stuff like this. And then I also wanted to show you this tweet from Neotrix. So implementing Jasmy's technology and electronic chips across various devices and electronic cards offer numerous advantages. Firstly, it enhances personal data and IoT device security through decentralized authentication and a double key mechanism. This ensures exclusive access for legitimate owners, reducing hacking and data breaches. And in general, one of the biggest reasons I've always been bullish on Jasmy is because of their innovative technology. The whole concept of being able to make money off of your own data is extremely bullish. But now we'll hop into some macro news that could affect Jasmy's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Jasmy. So this is Watcher Guru's X account. And they just pinned a new tweet on April 15th. Hong Kong approves spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF application. Now, on the Bitcoin side of things, this probably isn't going to be anywhere near as big as it was in the past. So I'm not expecting a massive pump. But the Ethereum side of things is where this gets very exciting. Because by definition, Ethereum is an altcoin. So if an altcoin gets an ETF approved, that can start a chain reaction and we can start seeing a whole bunch of altcoins with ETFs. So this is definitely something we're going to want to keep our eyes on. And then 20 hours ago, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says recent data shows lack of further progress on inflation. Now, obviously, there are a few ways to look at this, but my preferred method is this is why Bitcoin is so good. You know that Bitcoin has a max supply of only 21 million. There will never be more than that in existence. So you know exactly what the inflation rate is as opposed to many other currencies and assets in the world. And then I also want to track the countdown for the Bitcoin halving. So at this current point in time, we are 2 days and 9 hours away, which is 356 blocks. So it is crazy to see that we are almost here. But also just understand most of the world right now is expecting a pump at the Bitcoin halving. Don't expect a pump. I'm not saying it can't happen, but rarely does the market do what everyone thinks it's going to do. There is an excellent chance we could do something very similar to the Bitcoin spot ETFs, where crypto actually drops right at the halving and then we start pumping it about a month later. There's no reason something like that couldn't happen. And honestly, it would make sense from a technical analysis side, which I'll get into at the end of the video. But while we're on X, you guys should come over and give your boy a follow at Crypto Now or Never. I post on here pretty much every single day, so there's some information you guys aren't going to want to miss out on. And then I do also want to take a moment to talk about my private Discord through Patreon. So I have 3 different tiers, but there are many benefits to joining my Discord. For example, you guys are going to have closer access to me, and you guys are going to be able to track the cryptos that I'm personally buying, selling, considering buying, and even the cryptos that I currently hold. And most of the cryptos we trade in here are microcap gems, less than 10 million in market cap. And the awesome thing is it's not just me calling out these cryptos. My community is also constantly calling out opportunities that they are seeing in the markets. And we have been making some enormous gains. For example, I want to give a shout out to my boy Manchester, who called out Landwolf, and Landwolf is up over 15x. Those are incredible gains. And then I also had Chop, who called out Apu, and Apu has made over a 25x at this point in time. It was up to a $250 million market cap. But in general, we have been making thousands and thousands of percent gains to this initial pump. One of my biggest calls personally was Graphlink Protocol, which made over a 40x. So in general, if this sounds like something you guys might be interested in, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage, and it's also in the description of the video. We are building an amazing community. I would love to have you guys in here. But now for the final part of this video, we'll get into some technical analysis. So this is Jasmy on the daily time frame. So in my last video, Jasmy had just gotten back above the 21-day and the 50-day, and that was an excellent sign to see. However, we have recently broken right back beneath them. And the main thing I told you to do in the last video is to watch these levels. And I said if we broke beneath them, I would shift bearish in the short term. So nothing has changed. Right now, I do not love the setup on Jasmy. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to pump. We certainly could. But what you need to be cautious of is now if we do get that breakout, we could have a rejection off of these levels, which would be a textbook bearish retest. In fact, 2 of these candles already bearishly retested the 21-day moving average. So it shows that this is a very strong resistance level. Now, if we pull a Fibonacci all the way from the bottom, price action is trading basically at the 0.5. So we haven't come down to the golden pocket yet. However, if we pull more of a local Fibonacci, price action is trading basically just beneath the golden pocket. And usually this is a fantastic accumulation zone. So this is something that has me leaning a little bit more bullish. So I'm going to be honest, I'm actually very neutral on Jasmy. There are some bearish indicators and there are some bullish indicators. Ideally, I'd like to wait until the Bitcoin halving to see which direction the market wants to head. So lastly, we will look at Bitcoin a little bit. But again, with the Bitcoin halving right around the corner, I don't really think there's a whole lot of technical analysis needed at the moment. Basically, it's very similar to Jasmy. We have just broken beneath the 21-day and the 50-day. So even if we get a breakout, be very careful of a bearish retest. Now, you could argue that Bitcoin is forming some sort of a little falling wedge pattern. And falling wedges break up 68% of the time. And this falling wedge in particular would have a measure move to about 70,300. Now, I will say if we got back above 70K, that would be extremely bullish. But I cannot stress enough, with the halving right around the corner, there is definitely a chance that price action does something super crazy. And there are a lot of people who are now open to the idea that we do actually drop at the halving. And the reason for that is because Bitcoin miners need to take profits. But that being said, we have never seen crypto in this state. Just to put things in perspective, for the first time ever, Bitcoin has reached an all-time high before the Bitcoin halving. We have never seen that. And now there are also Bitcoin spot ETFs, so quite literally anything can happen. So just make sure you're prepared for any scenario. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Jasmy will go this bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.